Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Unity Orlando. Our opening statement this morning is all things I am, can do, and be through Christ the truth that is in me. Let's all affirm that together. All things I am, can do, and be through Christ the truth that is in me. All right, let's all close our eyes and take a nice deep breath in, and let's affirm that together in the silence. And so it is. And now if you'd like to stand and help us sing our joy song this morning, it's called Feel the Rise of Spirit. Fly with their wings spread over skies and kingdoms set. Many wise and able men feel the rise of spirit, shining eyes of jubilee, joyful cries and some believe, future wise and glory be. Spirit, wisdom flies through children's eyes. Feel the rise of spirit. Glory, heaven be true in me, heavenly. Spirits fly with angels' wings. In our lives a song it sings. Whisper wise many things. Feel the rise of spirit. Beat a drum if it's fun. Wake up now, it's just begun. Feel the world awaken as one. Feel the rise of spirit. Wisdom flies through angels' eyes. Feel the rise of spirit. Glory, heaven be true in me, heavenly. Feel the rise of spirit. 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 All right, thank you very much. You may be seated.
Good morning, Unity Orlando. How's everybody today? Great to see your beautiful faces in person and online. Welcome. I'm Susan Francis, your platform speaker That song, when we sing Beat a Drum, if it's fun, I can hear Tinker hit it a little bit harder. She's small back there, but mighty. All right. Do we have any visitors? I don't think so. I recognize every face here. So a couple announcements. Prayer chaplains are available to pray with you after service. In the house today, we have Paul, myself, we have Bob, and Joy. So see one of us if you need prayer. The April, because it's April, affirmation is, I behold the Christ Spirit in me, taking command of my life. Remember, we also pray every evening at 8 p.m., so join us if you care to. If you need, if you're not getting a call or an email or text from a prayer chaplain and would like one, please email the office so we can put you on our contact list. So it's a wonderful way to keep in touch. Each month you'll get a call or a text, whatever your preference is, for prayer. So let us know if you need that. Today, Reverend Bob's lesson is Embracing Harmony. This should be a good one. Reverend Bob is back. Back in the saddle, because I got a story about a cowboy again. So there was this cowboy. What'd you say?
I said, of course you do.
Of course I do. It's my favorite subject. A cowboy rode into town and stopped at a saloon for a drink. And unfortunately, the locals, he's new in town, and they had a habit of picking on strangers. So when he finished his drink, he found that his horse had been stolen. So he went back into the bar, handily flipped his gun up in the air, caught it, and fired a shot into the ceiling and said, "Which one of you sidewinders stole my horse?" He yelled forcefully. No one answered. "All right, I'm going to have another beer, and if my horse isn't back outside by the time I finish, I'm going to do what I done in Texas. And I don't like to have to do what I done in Texas." So some of the locals kind of shifted restlessly, and the man, true to his word, had another drink, walked outside, and his horse had been returned to the post. He saddled up and started to ride out of town. The bartender wandered out after him and said, "Say, partner, before you go, what happened in Texas?" The cowboy turned back and said, "I had to walk home." So, without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to my partner here, my partner Brian.
Thank you, you sidewinder.
Yes, that's right.
What is that anyway? Oh, Paul knows. Okay, I'll talk to you later. I don't know if anybody remembers Miguel Ador when he used to be here. He sang opera, and when we do the Lord's Prayer, he belt it right out, and it was really awesome to have him here. And he came up to me after I played this song that we're going to do, and he took me by both arms and said, "Brian, I got to tell you, that song is nostalgic." I'm like, wow. And he wanted me to play it at his memorial, so I did, and it was really great. It's called Dream Sailor. I had to write this song because it's been so long since I've seen you in a dream. We were sailing along in a vessel strong, and you handed me the wheel, and I steered us around the storm, and you cleared the skies and filled me warm, and I live in all your glory now, in a world of love and bliss. Now I shine your light in the world to see, in a world in harmony, in a world in harmony. And so I wrote this song because it's been too long since I've been in a dream with you. As we reach the shore of happiness in a world of love and more, in a world of love and more. And I live in all your glory now, in a world of love and bliss. And now I shine your light in the world to see, in a world in harmony, in a world in harmony. And I live in all your glory now, in a world of love and bliss. And now I shine your light in the world to see, in a world in harmony, in a world in harmony, in a world in harmony.
Ah, that was wonderful. In a world in harmony. You know how to back up a talk title, don't you? Hey, it's good to see all of you again, all you people in the music department who are presently ignoring me. It's good to see all the rest of you too. Wow, thank you for coming out. If you're going to ask, how was your vacation? I'll just say, wonderful. We didn't make the trip we intended to make. Things changed. But there's nothing more renewing than a time of vacation. And you had two really good speakers while I was gone. You know, we affirm at board level that we're a gathering of spiritual leaders, and we sure are proving it, aren't we? Anyway, so we had Susan, and didn't she do a wonderful job? And then we had Paul. And I'm actually going to piggyback off his talk this morning. We're going to talk about embracing harmony. Embracing harmony. Not just harmony out there, embracing it, you know, kind of entering into it. Last week, Paul talked about the fabric of your soul, and he said, the love of God is the fabric of your soul. Did I get that right, Paul? He says yes. Okay, I can go on. Okay. And the important thing is all souls, their basic fabric is the love of God. Well, since all souls have that as their basic fabric, your basic fabric is the same as the basic fabric that is inside of everyone else in this world. We're all tied together in a web of divine love. And we can either live in this state of seeing ourselves as separate, or we can lift the vision to actually see that we're all connected. We're either fighting it out down here, or we're all in this together. Unity takes many approaches to defining love, okay? You said that was last week's talk. Yeah, but we're going to take it a little step further today with harmony. Love. It defines it as love is the energy that holds the universe together. It's love that holds everything together. Divine love. It's the attractive power of the universe. It's that which attracts and draws. Love draws goodness without a doubt. And thus in unity, we get all freaky on everybody and even define gravity as love, because it's the attractive power of the universe. And that's one of the ways that attractive power is expressed. When we teach abundance, we teach you've got to be in a state of love to attract goodness to you, that love is that attractive energy. And now we're going to go to my absolute favorite definition that unity gives to love. Love is, and it's a little heady, love is the idea of universal unity. Straight unity basics. Love is the idea of universal unity. The idea that there's one spirit moving through everything, that everything out there is a part of me. If you look at personal love, it illustrates it. When you fall in love with someone, you want the best for them. You realize that their joy is your joy. Their pain is your pain. That's what personal love is all about. We choose someone and we make them part of us. Well, they already were. But we recognize it on a deep level. If that's personal love, divine love just carries it a step beyond. Everything is a part of me. Because that web of divine love is moving through everyone and everything. It's what holds the universe together, right? We're back to that. We're back to the realization that there's one spirit of life moving through all that is, moving through everything that is. And that spirit is the source of my life. Therefore, I'm connected to every other aspect of life. Whether we want to admit it or not, we're all in this together. There's one presence and one power in the universe. Not two, not the good and the bad. There is one presence and one power in the universe, God the good, omnipotent. How many times have we said that up here? There's only one presence. And that presence is inside of you. It's inside of the people you love. And it's inside of the people you're really not fond of. It's inside of the mountain and the planets and the stars. And it's in the space that we think is a vacuum. There's one presence, one power in the universe. God, the good, omnipotent. And every time you affirm that, you are affirming a type of oneness that kind of ups your vibration. You said, okay, so this is a talk on love? No, it's a talk on harmony. Harmony is how we relate to other expressions once we realize we're all part of this one spirit. Universal unity suggests we're all connected, right? In a web of divine love. Harmony is functioning from a state that knows that, with everything working together. There are basically two ways we can approach life. One is from a belief in separation. You are different from me. And to get my good, I've got to beat you out. It's all about struggle. And if you live your life from separation, there are winners and there are losers. And you will probably play both roles at different times in your life. We all do. If you live your life in harmony, you realize you aren't different from me. We express ourselves differently, no doubt about it. We are unique, but we also are the same. That same spirit of divine love that is the fabric of my soul is the fabric of everything that exists in the universe. And if the fabric that's in me is the same as the fabric that's in everything else, then we're all connected. Now, there's another basic unity adage, and it goes, the belief in separation is the source of all evil. Think about it. You can only be evil if you believe they are not part of you. You can only hit them with a hammer if you're pretty sure they're not your big toe. If you know we're all part of one spirit, one being, it's real hard to take that hammer and hit your toe and not realize your pain is my pain. Your joy is my joy. So when we divide the world into us and them, me and you, right and wrong, we're moving into separation. So that we can hit our own toes with a hammer. On the other hand, when you embrace harmony, well, by living in that consciousness, by recognizing there is one spirit moving through it all, the universe begins to cooperate. The universe begins to work with you. All seems to work together for the ultimate good when things are in harmony, instead of constantly pulling against you. In fact, what I'm going to suggest is that as you move into a consciousness of harmony, you create an invisible energy field that opens up for you different alternatives and different outcomes. Suddenly there are different things available to you than you saw when you were living in separation. Basically, when you move into harmony, things flow. Flow is the word you want to put with harmony. Realizing that all the world is flowing with you. And once you're there, if you slip back into belief in separation, which is real easy, the world would just plain be better off if so-and-so were gone. We can all put somebody in that, right? That's separation. And if we're living in that consciousness, we have to struggle for our good, and we often slip into lack. That's what happens. But it's the most natural thing in the world for a human being to do. Now, we're going to talk about harmony, but what I want to say is that harmony has a feeling. Excuse me. In fact, much of my ministry, everything I talk about, I am going to talk about the feeling. Because you can either experience your world in your head or you can experience it in your heart. In our head, we think, harmony, yes, I can see that everything's working together, but it doesn't seem to be working that way. In our heart, you want to feel the flow. You want to feel that, whoa, I can feel that I'm flowing in harmony with everything around me, like the birds that fly together as they leave. I know a friend and I, a couple of friends and I, were on the beach in Sarasota 40 years ago, and we saw all the seagulls standing on the beach, on this little beach down there. And we went, okay, somebody said, let's run at them and see what happens. And so the three of us together spread out and ran at them. And the closer we got, the more people, all the birds took off. And people were looking at us, why are you disturbing those birds? And then there was this mass, glorious, exquisite, as they all took off in perfect harmony into the air. And the flock just swarmed through the air. And it was so graceful, everybody just shut up and watched in awe. Now, we didn't know that was what was going to happen, but it was phenomenal to watch it. That is what life feels like when you're in harmony. So, harmony is a feeling. And if we're going to embrace harmony in the midst of a world flooded with the appearance of separation, it really does appear to be separate. We'll need to practice this feeling until we can awaken it in the midst of difficulty. It's all well and good to feel harmony when everything's going right. It's all well and good to feel harmony when you're with your best bud. You know, oh, we're so harmonious, you know. But can you walk out into the real world, quote, the rest of the world out there? And can you still generate a feeling of harmony? It starts by trying to feel harmony with everything around you as you walk through life. You're flowing through life now. You're not actually walking. You're flowing. And everything around you is flowing with you. Can you feel that? Can you feel the flow of life? When you're in separation, you can't. But when you move for just a moment into harmony, you can feel oneness. You can feel the flow of life. And you feel all things flowing together in perfect harmony. And when you get good at it, you can learn to trust the flow. Feeling in harmony with life and whatever is before you. Now that's the key, right? I'm in harmony with life. I just hate this stuff I got to go through. You know, okay, you missed the point. I'm in harmony with life, and I am in harmony with what I must go through. You can resist it. You can be the cat in the door going, hell no, I won't go, right? Was I supposed to say heck? Too late. Okay. Remember that picture of that cat? Or am I aging myself here? The important thing is the cat's going through the door. Even though it's going to be resistant to it. But if you can be in harmony with what you must do, you must go through the door. That sense of harmony opens to you all manner of doors of good experience. What I'm saying is life responds when you feel harmony. Life responds. Oh, a number of years ago, I was working with this subject, and I went off. It was a time when I was going to be away for a while, and I thought, I want to really work on one thing, and I chose the one thing I was going to work on was harmony. I thought, okay, so I started affirming, I am in harmony. I am in harmony, and was affirming it hundreds of times a day. I am in harmony. Now, those are just words unless you try to add to it a feeling. That feeling of being in harmony with what's happening around you. What I found was that here I am just affirming I am in harmony. And boy, my life kept taking these turns for the good. Opportunities kept opening. Things kept going well. I went, wow. This is one of the most powerful spiritual things I've done in a long time. Just to try to affirm I'm in harmony instead of I'm in conflict. We're real good at declaring to the world how in conflict we are with what's going on. Can we be in harmony with it? Because that opens up whole different doors. Where are we? Oh, I'm to some stories. That was the first one. I will say that after I'm going through, you say, oh, so your life has been perfect ever since? No, the world is great at distracting us, isn't it? I got distracted. I went back to seeing separation. Every once in a while, I have to bring myself back from the brink, right? On NPR the other day, they were talking about, I don't know, for the last couple of months, they had a thing they were doing where they were trying to get people of different political beliefs to talk together, not about politics, but actually discover each other as human beings. And generally, people who talk together, if you can stay off of the topic that you don't agree on, you find you really have a lot in common. You're all human beings. We're all human beings down here trying to do the best we can with this life. We may take different approaches to that, but we've all hit the same challenges. Whether you're right wing or left wing, you've all hit the same challenges in life. You all care about the people you love. You actually have a lot in common. Can you recognize what you have in common instead of how you're different? Back in my 20s as the assistant minister in Miami, I worked with the youth, and some of you will remember, I've told this story before, of Corinne, one of my YOUers, Youth of Unity. One of my YOUers who came to me with this terrible, horrible, life-destroying problem. This girl was throwing a party. And she had invited everyone but her. All of her friends were going, but she hadn't been invited. She said, this girl is always out to get me. She always has a problem with me. You know, she's always doing something to try to get me. And now here she's doing this, and this is going to be horrible. You know, and I'm thinking, come on, it's a party. But when you're 16, that's everything, I guess. So we discussed what she could do about it spiritually. I said, you're going to have to go home tonight and surround her in light and say, I love you, I bless you, and I release you from the image I have of you. She wasn't eager. But she finally agreed she would. Next week she shows up, and I said, well, how are things going? She said, oh, it's great. I'm going to the party. I said, oh, what happened? She said, well, I did what you told me to do. And after a couple of days of doing that, in school, the girl walked up to me and said, the reason I didn't invite you to my party is because you're always trying to get me. Repeated the exact words that Corinne had said herself about her. And they talked it out. I said, oh, then the battle's over. And she says, well, I'm going to the party. At least we've found some common ground, and we're getting along. Okay, that's what happens when you take that basic fabric of your soul and you reach out and include someone else, someone you wouldn't normally include. There is one more. Harmony is amazingly, if you feel in harmony, life treats you differently. It's been a while since I've told stories about my friend Dave. Dave had a real bond with nature. I've often said he was my closest spiritual brother for years and years and years. He passed about, 10, 15 years ago. Let's see. Yeah, about 10 years ago. In any case, Dave had this bond with nature. He had a type and level of spirituality I've rarely found. So let's talk about his bond with nature. He went into the woods in the mountains of New Mexico in the spring, and he did not come out for 8 months. He had a pen. Now he went to pound periodically and got supplies, but he got them and got back as quickly as possible. It was just him and nature out there. And he was doing this to renew his soul. He was doing this to work on his spiritual connection with life as a whole. So he is feeling in harmony with all of nature around him. And he has this campsite. And in the fall, he's been there a while. In the fall, a young hunter, meaning probably in his early 30s, and his little son, 8 or 10, 12 years old, something, stumble into his campsite. And the view that they come upon is Dave sitting cross-legged in front of his tent. And there were some basic pieces of furniture. Dave knew how to create things out of nature. But he's sitting there cross-legged carving, because he's an artist and a sculptor. He's carving on wood. With a squirrel on his shoulder and a bird on his knee. And the moment they crawl into, they get a load of what's in front of them, the squirrel crawls up onto his head and starts chattering like crazy at him. Now, you gotta imagine what it was like for this pair They knew they had discovered the original Grizzly Adams. I mean, oh my God. Because most people, even those who go camping, aren't sitting there with a bird on their knee and a squirrel on their shoulder that has enough temerity to crawl right up onto his head to warn off danger. Nature seemed to treat Dave differently than it did much of the rest of us. And why? Because he was in harmony with nature. Different rules kick in when you enter a consciousness of harmony. Different rules kick in. Life treats you differently. If you begin to feel in harmony, and I said it's a feeling. It starts as a thought, but it's got to become a feeling. If you begin to feel in harmony, everyone and everything around you, if you can feel in harmony with everything and everyone around you, doors of opportunity open to you that just plain didn't seem to be there when you were in separation. They just weren't there. The rules change. We're all tied together in a web of divine love. And when we remember that, our experience of reality can change. How you experience your life can change when you remember that we're all in this web of love together. It can change even dramatically. In Psalm 133:1, the psalmist writes, "Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity." In unity as one, universal unity, that's called love, right? How good and how pleasant it is. This is the goal, for human beings to dwell together in harmony as one. And taking another direction, John 10:30 and John 20:17. I'm going to throw them together. In 10:30, Jesus said, "I and my Father are one." You go, well, yeah, that's Jesus. Of course, it's he and the Father are one. We get that. That's why I added 20:17. When Jesus says, "I am ascending to my Father and your Father, my God and your God." He made it absolutely clear we were to have exactly the same relationship with God that he has with God. The Father and I are one. When you begin to know that, your experience of life, the rules of the game, changes. You're living life on a higher level. And Paul made it absolutely clear in Ephesians 4:6. There is one God and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in all of us. All of us. There's one Spirit moving through everything that is. And that Spirit, if you touch and realize the Father and I, the Spirit that is through everything else, are one, you begin to realize you're connected to everyone and everything around you. And there can be this tremendous experience of harmony. The universe can work with you. It doesn't have to be pulling against you. It kind of depends on your expectations. If the world is separate, you're expecting it to pull against you. If you realize we're all in this together, I am part of everything, and everything is part of me, things change. So I want to talk about some approaches for embracing the feeling of harmony. The first one is declare yourself to be in a state of harmony throughout your day. Work to feel the balance, your balance with everything around you. And feel yourself flowing with everything. Can you do that? Throughout the day, put your attention on feeling harmony. I'm in balance with my world. I am flowing with my world. Everything, I'm flowing through this world, and the world is flowing all around me. When you're static, that's separation. When you feel flow, you're starting to experience the oneness, the harmony. So how do we do this? You might want to affirm, I am in harmony, just like I did for my experience. It's pretty simple. I am in harmony. You said, with what? Doesn't matter. You don't need an objective. You're in harmony with everything, right? Isn't that what you're affirming? I'm in a state of harmony. Wherever I go, whatever I do, whatever I encounter, I am in harmony. Can you do it with me? I am in harmony. Now stop and try to feel that. Can you feel yourself in harmony with the world around you? It's a whole lot easier to start with nature. You know, people tend to bite back real quick. They tend to be a little harder, but you're going to get there. But right now, can you be in harmony with the air that you breathe? With other people sitting in these pews? With the nature all around us? Again, I am in harmony. Feel it again. I am in harmony. Again, I am in harmony. Notice the hand movement. The hand movement is feel it. So throughout your day, work to feel in harmony. Here's where it gets hard. It's great to say it first thing in the morning and set the tone. Then can you feel in harmony with whatever you face in life right now? Every time you face something, feel in harmony with it. This is where I often use that example, and people have told me they take it and they try it out. Drive through traffic while declaring, I am in harmony with the traffic. Usually we're fighting against it. And I am a great one for, you know, until I discovered that generally when cars are blocking me and I want around and I'm cussing them out, oh, you don't believe I do that? You believe anything you like. In any case, I'm giving them a really hard time. And then we pass a speed check. I go, oh, you're saving my tail. You're actually holding me back appropriately. So while driving, can you feel the flow of everything around you? Flowing in and out. The traffic is flowing with you. I had another one in here someplace. No, that was it. Just feel a sense of flowing with everyone around you. Second approach. Now we're going to try the hard stuff. We're going to try to take harmony where it doesn't normally go. Declare yourself in harmony with an adversary. Someone who makes you angry or something that you fear. I once was at a spiritual retreat where they were doing neuro-linguistic programming or something like that, the technique, and the leader on the stage asked for someone who was deathly afraid of snakes to come up. And he worked with her a while on releasing this fear. So you think you've released it? Oh, yeah. So he says, here, and he grabs a box. And there's a snake in the box. And he says, now we want you to touch the snake. And she went, whoa, wait a second. That was all great in the intellectual. Now we're getting real serious about it. But he says, okay, let's repeat it again. And they went through the affirmation of being in harmony and all of that, you know. And finally, she reaches down and she pets the snake. Can you pet the snakes in your life? Some of them are people and some of them are things. What you want to do to your adversary or whatever it is you fear is say, you're a part of me. You say that silently to yourself. But while facing them or dealing with them, you say, you are a part of me. Now, Unity's got this saying that I have a love-hate relationship with, but it's probably true. This is a part of me that needs to be healed. So you take the worst stuff in your life, and as you bring it up, you say, this is a part of me. No, it's not. They're not doing what I would do. You know, okay, we get that. As outer human beings, you're quite unique. But this is a part of me that obviously needs to be healed. So surround it in healing energy. Heal it. We see martial arts as training in conflict. But a true martial artist will explain to you it's training in harmony. You are taught to take the aggression that comes towards you and recycle it. Flow with it, give it, and let it go back. In the end, if you use the energy that comes towards you and you then return, you know, you go in harmony with it, they're going down by their own energy. So, assuming you're not in physical confrontations on a regular basis, I want to talk about the confrontations we're in. Edwin Markham once said, he once wrote, he drew a circle that shut me out. Ever had that happen to you? Someone drew a circle that shut you out. He says, but love and I had the wit to win. We drew a circle that took him in. Can you do that? I want you to close your eyes right now and think of someone who drew a circle and shut you out. Someone who shut you out. Someone who really doesn't like you. There's someone in everybody's life. Don't worry, I can bring up someone in my mind. Now close your eyes and draw your circle out of your heart to include this person. You're a part of me. You need to be healed. You need my love. But you're a part of me. So reach out. Surround them in light. And love. To them you say, I love you. I bless you. And I release you from my perceptions of you. I love you, I bless you, and I release you. Okay, come back now, and I'll tell you, use this with as many as you got. People that you're having issues with. Use harmony to allow other doors to open. If nothing else, you will at least release the harsh energy that's holding you in bondage. The third step is feel in harmony with yourself and your life. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time here, but it's a very big one. Low self-esteem, despising yourself. We tell everybody we're great while we know our flaws. So take a few moments now to be in harmony. I am in harmony with who I am at this point in my life. No, I want to be in harmony with who I was in my prime. No, are you in harmony with who you are right now? I am in harmony with who I am at this point in my life. Maybe we're going to take a step further, not just who you are, who you've become. Are you in harmony with your body? When the body complains, we don't feel like being in harmony with it. But it's a part of us that needs to be loved. I am in harmony with my life right now. Doesn't mean you can't climb to a higher level or enter a new cycle or do all kinds of things. But you kind of have to be in harmony with where you are before you can climb up to something greater. The fourth approach, practice meditation or walking. In meditation or while you're walking, feel in harmony with all life. Now we're getting back to much more fun stuff. While you're walking, declare, I am one with all life. I feel part of it all. I feel energy flowing between us. Can you walk through, walk down the sidewalk there? You're surrounded by bushes and trees and grass and little animals and birds, and can you draw all that energy into you? You're not drawing it away from them. You are participating in a flow of divine energy, and that's why it can be extremely nurturing and re-energizing. Or in meditation, and this is a classic meditation. Stretch out and feel one with more and more around you. Stretch out and feel one with the very close people that you love. Then extend it a little further. Stretch out and feel one with the plants that are all around us, the animals, the wind, the land, the oceans and the flowing water, the rain, the lightning, the thunder, the sky. Now go for the hard one and say, can I feel one with all humanity? all humanity. I am individual, but I am the soul, the whole. I am unique, and I am one with everyone and everything. Then stretch out beyond humanity and become one with the earth, the sun, the solar system, the galaxy, the universe. I am one with the whole universe and the many of dimensions of life that lie beyond this one universe that we know. The fifth one, so we can move on, is feel in harmony with God, the one Spirit that moves through it all. There is one God. How did he put it? There is one God and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in all of us. The one Spirit of life that moves through all creation. Can you feel your oneness with it? It might start with affirming the Father and I are one, such as Jesus stated so boldly. And we, his followers, are to follow in his footsteps. Or his other version, thy will be done through me. And as you say these, try to feel your connection to that one Spirit that moves through all and is amazingly vast, but loves you very individually. So, connect with the sea of divine love that holds the universe together. Anytime you're pursuing love, you're pursuing oneness, out of which harmony flows. So chant, love, I am love. Love, I am love. Love, I am love. All together, I am love. I use the word chant because I'm suggesting you not do it once, but many, many, many times until the energy begins to pick up inside of you. Realize I love the Spirit of life that moves through everything in the universe. Do you love life? That Spirit of life that's moving in everything. And take it a step further. God is my beloved. All that I hold dear, its fabric out of which it comes is God. God is my beloved. And God is the whole universe, and I am part of it all. Can you feel yourself part of it all? And then realize that universal love that moves through everything. I am surrounded and enfolded in the loving arms of God and divine love. Rest in the feeling that you're being embraced by all of life. Life. It's embracing me. And realize I am in harmony with God, and the universe is working with me, not pulling against me. I am part of it all, and the flow of life is constantly carrying me to my highest good. So I'm overtime. Whenever I go away, I always come back and do overtime. So let's end it. There are two states of consciousness from which we can approach our lives: separation or oneness. If we come from separation, our good is only achieved through struggle. And it's basically me against the world. I got it. That's separation. If we come from oneness, our life seems to flow. We are in harmony with the world around us, and it seems in an odd way that the universe is actually on our side. Now, let's get it straight. Human existence seems to naturally embrace separation and struggle. It's what we do. But if we can awaken to our spiritual self and realize oneness, if we can realize what Paul said, there is one God and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in all of us, if we can move into that state of consciousness, the rules of life seem to change. When we know that we're part of it all and everything is part of me, life begins to flow. Problems, at least eventually, find resolution. And opportunities that we didn't see before open up to us. Let's take a moment to close our eyes and feel that oneness before I release you. There is one presence and one power in the universe, God, the good, omnipotent. I live and move and have my being within a sea of God's love. God's love that holds it all together. And I am part of this huge whole. Let's realize the Father and I are one. The Father and I are one. Father, thy will be done through me, and feel for a moment that connection. For the Spirit of God moves through us and uses us. I am in harmony with all life. Feel part of it. And feel the flow between you and everything around you. Stretch out. And feel that those you love are actually part of you. Their pain is your pain. Their joy is your joy. You and I are one. Now just stretch out to the people around you in this room. Draw the circle that takes them in. You and I are one. Feel the pew that you're sitting in or wherever you're sitting, and feel it as a part of you. I am one with this part of the outer world that I place myself on. Feel yourself one with the building you're in. It's part of me. Reach into all the plants surrounding you, in the world around you, and the animals. It's all part of me. The wind that carries the very energy of God, it's part of me. The land, the oceans, and the flowing water, I am in the rain. Feel one with the sky. Feel one with all humanity. I am unique, but I also am the whole. I am this person. I am humanity. Feel your oneness with the earth. Oh, one big family down here. And with the sun that ultimately gives us life. With the whole solar system, stretch out and be one with the solar system. Now the galaxy. Beyond it through the whole universe. And from there through the different dimensions of life. I am part of it all. And though I am part of this huge whole, I am surrounded and enfolded in the loving arms of God and divine love. I am in harmony with God. I am part of it all. And the flow of life is constantly carrying me, this individual, toward my highest good. For ultimately, I am in harmony with all life. And I am grateful. Amen. And if our usher can come forward, I'm going to try to close this service off. We're going to take an offering for you at home. In case you don't know how to do it yet, there's lots of ways. You can go to the home page following service and hit the Donate Now button. Use a credit card or PayPal. You can pull off our address and mail us a check. You can use Zelle. Though if you use Zelle, please use our email address, unityorlando@gmail.com. If you use our phone number, it ends up in cyberspace, never gets here. And if you're having trouble with all of this, call the office. Linda will talk you through it. In the meantime, we are extremely grateful. Your offerings are what keeps us going. So all of us standing here, we're going to take our offering in our hands. We're sitting here. We're going to take our offering in our hands. And all of you at home, you're going to take the thought of what you're going to give, and we're going to bless it together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all the good I am and have, all the good I give and receive. Thank you, God. Amen. And thank God we're to you. Go, make them feel good, guys.
Your story about the birds reminded me of yesterday. We took a motorcycle ride up the coast, A1A, all the way to St. Augustine, and these huge pelicans were flying in formation above us. It was awesome. All green lights, every parking space open. It was a beautiful day. It reminds me of this song. 1, 2, 3, 4. to shine. I can see it looks like heaven's above, but it's in our hearts full of love. We can find our way through the beauty of the day if we let love pave the way. We can let love show like a pretty flower grows, the beauty of a beautiful day. I can hear the silence of a morning to come. Before the day's begun, I can feel the dew dropping off of the song. Hear a new song before it's begun. We can find our way through the beauty of the day if we let love through the way. We can make love grow like a pretty flower shows the beauty of a beautiful day. We can find our way through the beauty of the day if we let love pave the way. We can make love grow like a pretty flower shows the beauty of a beauty. We can find our way through the beauty of the day if we let love pave the way. We can make love grow like a pretty flower shows the beauty of a beauty. We can find our way through the beauty of the day if we let love pave the way. We can make love grow like a pretty flower shows the beauty of a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. Such a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.
Is a wonderful way to go out. It is a beautiful day. Can we have that last picture back up here? Because I know it's the picture of a cloud with the sun behind it, but I swear it looks like a UFO. Yes, God is making his presence known as a UFO. Anyway. Well, whether you're watching at home or here in person, thank you for being Unity Orlando. Thank you for still being here when I came back. Thank you for coming and listening to me. It gives me a purpose in life. Next Sunday is Palm Sunday. Easter came late this year, but we're finally there. Next Sunday is Palm Sunday, and we will be setting the tone for an Easter experience. So I will be speaking on the topic, preparing for resurrection. Preparing for resurrection. Let's all rise. Let's radiate into the world our prayer of protection together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.